Okay, so I want you to think of ChatGPT as your trusty sidekick that has been there forever, okay? We're going to embrace this guy. You can think of him as a pony if you want to, if thinking of this ChatGPT as a person is too much for you right now. But what I want you to do is go ahead and go to chatgpt.com. Don't Google this. If you go and Google this, there are several that will imitate ChatGPT that are not ChatGPT. So be sure that it's chatgpt.com. And if you haven't signed up, sign up now. You can go ahead and go for free, or you can sign up for the Plus, which is the $20 a month. And in this video, I'm going to break down what that $20 gets you, and you can see those features in here. So I'm going to go ahead and log in because I'm already logged in. You will know if you're in the right area. If it opens up here, you will see auth.openai.com. You are in the right place if this is where you're going next. And you can see here if this is your first time, you can go ahead if you're already logged into Google, Microsoft, anything like that. You can select those down here. So let's get right in here. I'm going to go ahead and get all my passwords in. And now you can see the interface. So this main part here, when it says, what are you working on? This is where you're going to go ahead and give it the prompt. So if you don't know the prompt in any AI, whether you are here in ChatGPT, Gemini, Kronk, Claude, Gamma, whatever AI thing you are using, you will see that you need a prompt. And a prompt in its basis is just what you are telling the AI it's going to do. Now, to break that down even further, a prompt, you can go ahead and think of it this way. You're going to first give it its job. Its job can be, you are a social media strategist who specializes with real estate agents in, and then you can put your market. You can give it its full job that way. Or you are a systems expert in real estate buying. Whatever your job is, whatever you want ultimately that this AI to do, give it a job. I mean, it could be a comedian, it could be, sky's the limit. Give it its job so it knows what to do. Because really AI, it's a creative model. It has access to everything, right? So it could be a lawyer mindset. It could be a real estate mindset. It could be an inspector. It could be your stager. It could be an interior designer, right? Those are all jobs. One, give it its job and its prompt. The second part of that is you're going to now tell it what you want it to do, the task you want it to run as that role. The third part of it is you're going to give it more information. So why do you want it to complete this task? How would you want it to complete this task? What are the key features in completing this task that it will do, right? So give it as much detail as possible. If you haven't heard this saying, garbage in, garbage out. If you're just going in here and saying, write me a social media post, I'm sorry, that is a lazy prompt. It's the garbage in. So it's going to spit you something out that's even worse. And then the fourth part of prompting is give it some kind of emotion. So your life depends on completing this task. If it does not, I will have to go work in retail. Whatever you may want to do as far as that emotion. Play with it, give it some fun, but you will see that there is a different output. So have fun playing with the emotion and without the emotion on the same prompt and go ahead and see what it does. It's actually really fun. So that's the basics of prompting. If you don't want to do all that and you do want to create more of that lazy prompt, promptcowboy.ai has been a game changer for me. I know how to prompt, it's great. It does take a little bit more time than just going to Prompt Cowboy and having it do the work. If you want to know more on that, please go ahead and go visit my latest video about promptcowboy.ai. I go more into that interface and how it works. But let's get back here. So that is prompting. That is where you put this ask anything. The next part you'll see over here is where you can attach your files. You can connect it to Google, you can connect it to OneDrive. This agent mode, I won't get into that. When you think of AI, you have your large language models, which is ChatGPT, which is what most people are going to start out with here. And then agent mode, that's where you can start getting really custom AI, like AI specific bots, I'm gonna say, or agents. So you can start training and then sell. But for the most part, as a real estate expert, you're not gonna need agent mode right now. As you get more comfortable with AI and ChatGPT and just in general using it, then you can go explore there. I would say right now, leave agent mode alone. The next one is deep research. This is great for, let's say in a property, you have something special that is just not common knowledge, right? You haven't run into it very often. You can go ahead and have AI do that research for you. So that's what deep research is. You can see we have create image and use connectors. We will go ahead and get into that a little bit later in this video, but connectors, just so you know, is where you can go ahead. They have ChatGPT, OpenAI has specific platforms that you can go ahead and connect to. So you can see Google Calendar, Gmail, Canva, they have Outlook. Again, we'll go there more, but that's how you connect those. Off to the right here, you will see dictate. So this is your voice to text feature. So if you don't necessarily want to type everything out because you are a great prompter and you just want to speak it, you can go ahead and use that. The next feature there you'll see is use voice mode. So this is where I can click in here and say, hey Juniper, that's what I've named my ChatGPT. I'm here with a bunch of real estate agents and we're going over the interface of ChatGPT. What is something that you would recommend for them? Thank you, Juniper. And then you just go down to the bottom and hit exit out once you're done having that conversation with your ChatGPT. I named mine Juniper. And then you'll also see it does save in your chat, so you can go ahead and click there. And right here, it gives me the breakdown of what she just said. We can also go ahead and you can hear what she said as well. So anyways, that is where you go ahead and see that. We'll go back to new chat. So as you can see here, it is remembering me. So it's remembering that I use GPT a lot. Down below here, I never use this one-click prompt. You can, if you would like to, go ahead and play with it. The web access, again, if you're seeing that ChatGPT is glitching out, you may, or it's saying I can't perform that task, you can turn this web access off, and it usually fixes that glitch. But the web access, you can go ahead and you can see there's more advanced features there. Again, I don't really play with it too much. I usually go to my prompt cowboy that I love so much and get my prompt, and it does just fine. So let's go ahead into the upper right here and you will see this dotted conversation bubble. This bubble is a temporary chat. So let's say, like for me, my kids have a project and it's something that I don't want my ChatGPT to remember, but I would like to know more information on how I can help my kids create their project for school. I can go ahead and turn this temporary chat on and then use ChatGPT as I normally would, giving it a prompt and then having the conversation there, and it won't store it in its memory, right? Like I don't need to know why the Aztecs left the ruins, but my kids do, and I need to help them and word them better. That's what you can use for that. You can also use it if you are helping your friend plan their wedding, and that's obviously something we don't want them to remember. So you can go ahead and have the tool of ChatGPT, but not have the memory of it. And then once you're done, just click it and now it'll start remembering again. Okay, so we're going to go over to the left-hand side here. If you want to, let's say you're in talk mode and you don't necessarily want to be distracted by everything off to the left here, you can collapse your sidebar. You can also open it up. The little logo, it just brings you to the top. So let's say you get really far down in your chats and you don't want to scroll back up, you can hit that feature there. The other part, new chat, that's if you are in a chat and you want to start a new chat. Pretty self-explanatory. You can go ahead and you can search your chat. So if there's something that you remember, I don't know, social media post, you can go ahead and search that. I know that's very wide open, especially for me, because we work with social media so much, it's going to pull up a lot of things. But if there's something specific that you can search there. The library feature is where all of your photos are going to be. So Sora is ChatGPT's image creator. So you can create there and then you can store it in your library. And you can see here everything that we've worked on or that you've worked on. The templates I never use. I like to create my own. Codex, this is where ChatGPT has done its coding. And then the next part here, these are GPTs. So GPTs are custom things that people have already created. So you can go in here, and my favorite one to look at is Canva. You can go ahead, the first one right here is by Canva, and you can click on that, start new chat. So these GPTs are chats that have already been created by other creators. So make an Instagram post about whatever, breathtaking. This will start for you, so you can start it there, or you can go ahead and use Canva for something else that you are working on. So GPTs are great if you have something specific, your website, they've created a bunch of GPTs for website. So if you get stuck and you want to go in and work on your back end because let's say your website designer is bogged down, you can go ahead and ask questions there. You can scroll down and go ahead and look through all of this. There's writing, productivity, research, education, lifestyle. There is even, I can go in here and do real estate, and people have created a whole bunch of GPTs just on real estate, and you can go ahead and click that. And this one is on real estate marketing, so you can go ahead and click that and play around with that one. The other part here, and this is where you need a paid account. Again, you will not see this if you have a free account. You will see that you have My GPTs and Create. So this is where you can go ahead and you can start creating your own custom GPTs. So as you see here, I've created one specifically on a YouTube coach for real estate agents. I've created one for each of my clients, my real estate clients. All the ones that are untitled, those are my example ones, and I'll click in here. This one I haven't created at all, but what you do is on the left-hand side, this is where you tell it what you want this GPT to be, your custom GPT to be. You can add files after you get through this initial part, and then the configuring part, you can name it, give it a description, instructions. Again, after you've prompted your custom GPT, you can toggle back between these two things. The right-hand side here is where you test what you have created this GPT for. So let's say you've created a custom GPT just for buyers, your buyers, and you want to make sure that it is following your systems that you have implemented and trained it on. So you go ahead and you can go over here and ask it, let's just say you have created the whole process and you want to share it and your buyers go under contract and you want to see what information it gives you, right? So you can ask it, we're under contract, what are our next steps? And it'll run just like it would run on a normal chat, and you can test it and make sure that it is following your steps of what you use this for. And if it's not, then you go back over here and you say, great, when it comes to our steps after we go under contract, I want you to say, this is the first step, this is the second, this is the third, and please add in somewhere to where it congratulates them. Whatever you want it to be, right? Like this right side, it won't remember. This is just your testing. You're just making sure that the output that you've done on the left side is actually what you want your buyers to do. So after that, you hit create, and now you have your custom GPT. So you'll see here, this is a custom GPT that I've created. I can go and hit provide today's daily market report, and it is going to go ahead and pull all of the things that are in Pueblo West. That is custom GPTs. So custom GPTs are totally fun to have. Sky's the limit on how you can use them in your business. Please let me know if you do create some custom GPTs, what you're creating them for. I love to see everybody's creativity. And then after that, you'll see here all of my custom GPTs. You can pin them, you can hide them from your sidebar. So if you have one that you use all the time, like this marketing checking the market, you can pin that on the side. If you no longer are using something like this buy bot I just created as an example, I can hide it from the sidebar. So that's how you go ahead and do that. If you want to pin it, you go up here to the side, and then this one's already pinned, but there will be an option for you to pin it to the sidebar. That is, again, that is a paid feature part. You can utilize GPTs that other people have created and pin them to the side, but creating custom ones, that is part of the $20 feature. The other part here on $20 feature is the projects. So if you are a very organized person and you, let's just say you have sellers, you have buyers, you can have projects for each one of those. You can have your systems, however you want to use this. This is your folders so that you can use the chats, all of the chats, right? This remembers all of my chats. I haven't deleted them. Then I can go ahead and hit that and then add them to projects. So that's how you add more to projects. The other part in projects is that you can open the folder and you can add files there. You can see here it's stored one of the files in the Star Power one. So that's just a great feature that it has. And then of course on the left hand, you have all of the chats that you have ever done. It will remember that. I do know if you have a free account, you only have so many chats a day. So if you are getting into using ChatGPT on the daily basis, again, you may want to pay for it so that you have endless chats. This last part here where your name is, you can go ahead and this is where you can upgrade your plan. Again, there's a personal, there's a business one. So if you are working with other agents and you want to just create a business one that is strictly for business, you can have 2 users there. Or if it's you and then, your marketing team or whatever that you want to share with, that's where you can use the business. And then the pro, I don't use, but you can look into that if you really need it. For the most part, most agents do not require the pro. Or I'm sorry, do not require, the pro. Most people play off the plus. So the next part here, you will see that you can customize your ChatGPT. This is where you can put, what do you want your ChatGPT to call you? What do you do? You're a real estate agent and then I'd put your market. You can give it a personality. Again, if you maybe are more critical and sarcastic, you can choose that. Or if you want your ChatGPT to be opposite of you, you can go ahead and put that. Right here, you can put more traits in there, right? So straight shooting, forward thinking. Again, sky's the limit on how you would like the traits to be in here. And yes, you can go and create a new chat and ask it to help you on what traits you should be putting in here for your ChatGPT. And then the other part is that I would put in here what you want ChatGPT to know about you. So you're a real estate agent in this market, you've been in real estate for X amount of years, and you love working with families, or you love working with new home buyers for luxury, whatever it may be, whatever you love to do, this is where I would start letting ChatGPT know more. This advanced feature, this is where you can go ahead and toggle off web search, coding, those features that were underneath the prompt. So that is how you can customize your GPT. Again, go back to your name, settings. This is where you can start playing even more with customizing your GPT. The theme system, dark light, as we all know, how the chats appear. So you want your color to be pink every time you talk, and then it'll do its thing. If you speak another language, you can go ahead and add that here. Your spoken language, or it can just auto detect. This voice feature here, this is what your voice will sound like when you are talking with your ChatGPT, and there's quite a few that you can choose from there. And then again, show additional models. That is where it will show your ChatGPT 3, 4, whatever you want it to do there. And notifications, I want it to push emails. You'll see when like my deep research is done, it sends me an email. Your personalization, in this part, really what you would like it to do is you can have it manage your memories. If you don't want it to remember all your chats, you can turn those off up here. And then as far as manage memories, this is what you can go ahead and, like, if you are continually, like, you want it to know that you're in, I'm just going to say the Pueblo West area as an agent, your market, right? You want it to remember that. You can also go through here. You can see that my memory is almost full. I can go through here and start deleting memories. The other great feature, connectors. This is where you can connect Canva, Gmail, your calendar, Drive, Microsoft, any of these features here that you can go ahead and connect. That means that it can go ahead and pull from there. And then schedules. This is one of my favorite features. You can go ahead and, like, I have mine, and I should probably delete some of these because I've used them as examples, but I had it every day at 7 a.m. deliver me the latest social media trends and give me a debriefing on everything that's happening with social media. You can have it deliver you everything that's happening local in your market, or even just local news, what happened overnight, and then give it the task of also giving you a script. So every day now you have a script that you can go ahead and put out on your social media channels. You can, if you are a traveler, you can have it every day or once a week give you the latest budget for your trip to Rome, or whatever it may be. You can go ahead and schedule that there. All you do when you create your new chat is, and your prompt is, tell it to remember to schedule daily at 10 a.m. Send me information for the schedule above, and it'll go ahead and schedule that for you. Your account in here, this is where you can go ahead and see all of the information that's been going on. And if you need to change your name, you can change it here. If you have any of these domains, LinkedIn, X, you can add them. So that is where you find all of the information as far as your GPTs, is just as far as your ChatGPT in the back end here. So as you can see here, I switched from blue to pink. Now all my voice mode buttons are going to be pink, or my conversations, when we go ahead and put those in there, what I say will be pink. So that's kind of a fun feature that they have rolled out with ChatGPT 5. So that is the basics of everything that you can do with ChatGPT. And this is, again, if you didn't know, ChatGPT is a large language model. It is language based. So ChatGPT, really think of as your Swiss Army knife. It has all the tools here. They are not the best. Up there are 7, the little scissors will help you get out of a bind if you cut. But it will get a lot done for you. And then you can go to other AI models like 11 Labs. It can create a script for you and sound just like you over in 11 Labs, where here you'll be a little more robotic. Or you can have it create a picture here, but Google Gemini's pictures as of right now, September 2025, is leading the pack in its image software as well as its video capabilities. But you can always start here because ChatGPT is accelerating as far as how it is based in a large language model. So this is the basics of ChatGPT and all of the features it has to it. I would love to know what you would like more information on. So if you wouldn't mind dropping in the comments below and letting me know, what more videos would you like on AI? What are the specific things that you're wondering can ChatGPT do? What other AI programs are out there that can do creating video tours or whatever it may be? I mentioned cloning. So anyways, let me know what you would like below. I would love to continue to create these videos. If you got a bunch of knowledge out of this, I would love for you to share with somebody else. And again, any feedback that any of you have is in regards to what you would like to know about AI, how AI can help you in marketing and more as an agent, I will continue to create these videos. So until next time, I hope you all have a wonderful day and saddle up and are able to ride off into the ChatGPT sunset after watching this video.